Buenos dias.
Hola.
So in today's video, we're going to talk about the simple things that make life easier here in Mexico. We have 9 of them. So let's get started.
Hola, I'm Neosha.
And I'm Nick.
We moved from Kansas
To Mexico.
We are sharing our journey with you.
We hope you enjoy.
May God bless you.
Que Dios te bendiga. We have home delivery for pretty much everything, if you want it, and it doesn't cost you $1 million like it does in the States.
Very true.
If you live near a meat market or whatever, all you got to do is message them with WhatsApp, and they can bring you tortillas and meat and pretty much anything you want. We don't really use any of those except for our water. We get delivered to the house any day that we need it, except Sundays. I don't think they're usually run on Sundays, and some Saturdays they don't. So you want to make sure by Friday you have all of the water you need for your weekend.
Exactly. Our neighbors, they'll have tortillas delivered, they'll have tamales delivered, chicken.
Yeah, and there's actually a lot of trucks that will drive around and broadcast on loudspeakers and say, hey, we're selling this or that or the other, and you just have to flag them down and say, hey, they actually have mattresses and things that you can buy, household goods, chairs, mattresses. They show up with a truck and you flag them down and say, hey, I need a mattress. Give them money and they'll help you bring it into your house if you want.
So no need to leave your house. So it's pretty awesome. We really think that's pretty cool.
Yep.
So.
And number 2 is no appointments needed for a lot of things. I'm sure there's some things you need an appointment for, but yeah, we go to the lab or the clinic and just tell them, hey, we're having this problem, and they get you right in or put you on the list, and you'll be in shortly.
Yeah, and it's not like in the States where you make an appointment for a certain time, say 9 a.m. You show up at 8:50 to do your paperwork. 9 o'clock comes around, but then 9:30 comes around, then 9:45 comes around. Eventually you see the doctor, right? Here, you don't even wait that long.
Yeah.
It's only like 10 or 15 minutes usually.
Right. It's more relaxed. So we're not making a big schedule for the day, and I got to be here at this time and here at this time and all of these things. It's a lot more laid back lifestyle. So.
Yeah. So number 3 is there's a tienda everywhere.
Yeah. Every corner store. We have the blue store, the green store, the orange store. They have names. Nobody really calls them by their names. It's Azul or Verde or Naranja or Aranjado, depending on who you ask. Naranja is the fruit, and people don't always use it as the color. Anyway, that's a fun little fact about the Spanish.
You can even walk down the side streets and you will find a tienda. So like around here, you walk down one side street and there's a little store that sells all plastic stuff.
I mean, that's what it's called, is a plastic store, but they have metal dishes and things and shower curtains and
umbrellas, laundry baskets.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. And that's what we love about some of these little stores. We heard when we first came down here that there's a lot of things you can't buy here. You can pretty well find everything you need here. You just have to go to several different stops to get everything you need, because they don't have like an American style Walmart per se that has everything
in one place.
In Puerto Escondido, they have Chedraui, which is basically the same thing, but even there's a lot of things that you can't get that you can go down to your corner stores and you can find there. So
yeah, and on another street you might go to Papeleria, where they have a lot of paper stuff, note cards, notebooks, gift bags, things like that. So we love the tiendas.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 4 is street food access.
In the bigger cities, at least, well, it doesn't even have to be that big, because Rio has places that you can buy, corn or tacos or hamburguesas on the street corners, up and down the street. Actually, we've got guys that'll walk around town here and sell ice cream and platanos fritas or bananas asadas or platanos asadas. However you want to say it. Everybody says banana a little bit different here, so.
Or even pan dulce, they'll go around and sell that, which is sweet bread.
Yeah.
So
here we don't have as many of the vendors like that. But you walk down the street and there's restaurants in people's houses and things, and you just stop in and order.
Yeah. So if you do get hungry, there's always somewhere you can get something to eat.
Yep.
All right. So number 5 is WhatsApp is for everything here.
And I mentioned it in number 1, but you use WhatsApp to get a hold of your doctor, to get your test results, to communicate with everybody, doctors, plumbers, whatever. WhatsApp is used by everybody for everything. So.
Yeah. It's easier for around here, especially if you don't have cell service. You just go find Wi-Fi and you can get on that.
And we are lucky enough now to have LTE, but there are still messages that we send back and forth, then like iMessenger or whatever, your normal messaging app. And sometimes they just don't show up, and we never know if they're coming or not. The only reason we know that's happening is because we're both in like a family group with people back in the States. And when we're messaging, sometimes she doesn't get messages, or I don't get messages, or it takes a couple of days, and then all of a sudden stuff shows up, and it's a little weird. But we don't seem to have that problem with WhatsApp. It works great.
And WhatsApp is pretty awesome. I recommend it.
Pretty good, yeah.
Number 6, cash is king, always.
Yeah, which is good because it helps you not overspend as much as you might in the States using credit cards and things. But pretty well everywhere will take cash, and not everybody takes cards here. In the States, you can use cards pretty much anywhere. Here, you got to have some money in your pocket, or else you're probably not getting anything.
Yeah, keeps you out of debt for sure.
Yeah. Yep. You can't overspend if you don't have anything else in your pocket.
Exactly. So, number 7, community help.
Everybody's always willing to help out whoever is in need. We were talking about just this morning, we actually talked about back in, what would that have been, January or February? They have loudspeaker announcements around town. So, and you can pay to wish somebody happy birthday or whatever. But there was a little old lady who passed away, like I say, in January or February. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, she died. And they came over the announcements, or came over the loudspeaker with an announcement and said it. And people will get up at 1 in the morning and go over and help the family. And they'll prepare the body. And by 8 o'clock in the morning, that same morning, 7 hours later, they had a tent set up for the family with a sound system. And so they could all go and visit with the family and listen to music. And then that night, that same, I guess it'd be the same day, because it was 1 in the morning. So that night at like 4 in the afternoon, they basically had their wake going on already, and they had loud music playing until 4 or 5 the following morning. That's just kind of how it goes. But the community steps in. When people are in need here, everybody steps in.
Exactly. They help not to receive anything back. That's not. But the other thing is, when you try to help them, they don't really take that as well unless you ask for some help and trade services in a sense too. But the community is so awesome. And with us, we've noticed that even personally, because like I've been helped a lot, learning sewing and learning the cross stitch and learning how to actually work on my white clothes that have stains. And, I've learned a lot around here, and they're very helpful and very caring.
It's been good being a part of this community, and the longer we're here, the more kind of accepted we are, and the more people want to help us. Yeah, we've been getting help with our Spanish and other things like that as well.
Number 8 is simple health services.
We're a little spoiled with our Spanish school. We have access to the clinic here on the base. But even without that, you can go to the pharmacy. Some things that are actually prescriptions in the United States are actually just over the counter here. We can just go in and ask for things, and you don't have to fight with an insurance company or anything. I know they have insurance companies here, and there are ways to do all of that. We don't have any health insurance here. But the meds in the store are cheap enough and easy enough to get, and we've heard that they have, doctors, sometimes the pharmacists, are doctors that will help you right there on the spot. They'll kind of say, yeah, this is what you should probably take for that or whatever. It's just a lot simpler than having to make an appointment and go and wait for hours while they decide if they can, squeeze you in or not, even though you had an appointment set up. So number 9 is we feel a lot less pressure to rush. Nothing's really, unless it's an emergency, nothing's really dire. We're just gonna get done what we get done when we get it done, and we've had to learn as Americans to just relax because plans are gonna change, things are gonna move around. She's got a story about that. Pretty big example of that.
Yeah, so with that, last week I had a teacher meeting because I will be going and teaching English. I was asked to help with that, and I was told that school starts tomorrow. So today is Sunday, tomorrow is when school starts. And before, I thought school started on September 1st. Well, all the other schools do start on September 1st. So I've been preparing last week to be ready for school to start this week, tomorrow. And I got a message this morning that
Sunday morning.
Yeah, Sunday morning that school is not going to start until September 1st, a week from tomorrow. And so they sent out a message to the parents as well. And I'm thinking the parents are probably all prepared for the kids to go to school tomorrow, but now they're going to wait a week. And in the States, that would have been a big ordeal. But here it's not. I was thinking, how did they not know when school was supposed to start? But I do want to say that I love the flexibility of Mexico. It doesn't make sense for me, but I love it.
Yeah.
So
that's a weird one. She is happy to have an extra week to prepare because this has been kind of stressful since we got out of Spanish school. But yeah, we get a whole extra week. Now her and I actually start on the same day. School starts on Monday and we both start on Tuesday.
Yeah. So it's just things are not rushed around here at all.
Yeah. Nobody's in a big hurry.
What we learned from the very beginning when we first were here was if you if you have a problem in your home, plumbing problem or whatever, and they'll be like, yeah, I'll get to that tomorrow. But it's not usually
tomorrow does not mean tomorrow.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
It might be a couple of weeks from now, whenever they can get to it. So.
And as Americans, that can be a little frustrating. But we've learned that that's pretty standard. So I've been trying not to do that with my auto mechanic stuff. I try and get it done when I say I'm going to get it done, and people have been real happy with that. I've actually ended up, one of my customers actually gave me a tip, handed me an extra 100 pesos, which is, I don't know, a little more than $5. And that was kind of nice to get. He was just thrilled that I got his car done so quick. And yeah, it's nice when people recognize that, but it's not the norm around here for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In all, I know that I really enjoy the laid back lifestyle here. What about you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm never as stressed as I am. I've been anxious about learning the language and getting into my classroom and everything, and I'm sure I'll be a little stressed this week, but it's so nice that everything is just very calm and relaxed. And I don't even know how many kids I'm going to have in my class yet. I could have anywhere from 2 to 20 at this point, and I have no idea. I've heard that my class is supposed to be relatively popular, but we don't know yet because nobody's in a hurry to set it all up or anything. So
yeah, I will get my class list on my first day that I go there.
And that might be when I have my class list too.
So it's all good, and it feels good to have this kind of lifestyle. And in the States, it was just, I don't know, I think with all the high stress and everything, it builds up your blood pressure and, anxiety and things like that. And here it's like, it is so much better. But so anyways, that's 9 simple things that make life easier here in Mexico. And we hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure to give a thumbs up, like it. Share it out with others that are interested in Mexico or in the things that we're doing here. And also, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. That way you can be able to follow us and watch our next videos. So.
And we're getting excited about all of the Bible school students coming back and the high school students coming back. Monday night worship, good music broadcasting around in the mornings. We love it around here when there are people around. Right now it's summertime. Everything's too calm.
Yep. So during the week, we put out our vlogs of what we're doing around here. And on Sundays, we try to put out some kind of 9 things, 6 things, or whatever informational videos. So stick around.
Stick around, subscribe, watch our videos, and you'll see how the school year goes.
Yep. Adios.